They said you looked happy. Nobody meant to hurt me. They were just talking, showing pictures from the weekend, telling stories like it wasn't anything at all. You were standing beside her, wearing that old denim jacket. I recognized the smile first, then I realized it wasn't for me anymore. I've been telling myself this day would come. I just didn't know it would feel so ordinary. I hope she makes you laugh. I hope she holds your hand when the nights get hard. I hope she gives you everything I couldn't. I just hope you don't love her more than you loved me. I started comparing us before I even knew her name. Does she know you hate scary movies? Does she wait while you read every menu twice? Will she learn all the little things the same way I did? Or did you already tell her? I know this isn't fair. She never took anything from me. You gave it away. I hope she makes you laugh. I hope she kisses every scar you tried to hide. I hope she never doubts how much she's loved. I just hope there isn't a day you look at her and think this is better. The part I can't forgive, not that you found somebody, not that you moved on, just the thought that the happiest version of you might begin after me. I hope she gets the future we talked about. I hope your family already loves her. I hope you never break the promises you made. I really do. But if one day you tell her she's the best thing that ever happened to you, please don't let it be true, because I can't survive losing you. I just don't know how to survive being so easy to replace. They said you look happy. I believe them. It's still there. I never deleted our last conversation. Not because I read it every night, just because one day turned into another, and somehow it stayed. Now it's buried under grocery lists, weather alerts, birthday wishes, like nothing ever happened. Funny how the hardest goodbye never looked like goodbye at all. It was just drive safe, let me know when you're home. Talk tomorrow, who knew ordinary words could become the ones I'd miss the most. I changed my phone, changed my wallpaper, changed the way I spent my weekends. But every now and then your name still appears when I'm searching for somebody else. For 1 second, everything goes back. I don't stop breathing, I don't fall apart. I just remember it was just, did you hear? Call me later, I'll see you soon. Nothing dramatic, nothing perfect, just the kind of love you only understand after it's gone. I thought I'd forget the words instead. I forgot how they sounded when they were meant for me. Maybe that's what stays, not the promises, not forever, just tiny sentences that carried an entire life without either of us ever noticing. And if I never read them again, I hope I never forget how loved they made me feel. It's still there, I just don't open it anymore. I never knew love could be so ordinary. It wasn't the flowers or the nights we stayed out late. It was the way you'd leave the last slice of pizza for me, how you'd wait until I got inside before driving away, or call just to ask if I'd eaten that day back then. I thought those moments would always be there. I never stopped to count them. Nobody tells you the smallest memories are the ones that stay the longest. I miss the way you reach for my hand without even thinking. I miss your sleepy voice asking if I made it home. I miss hearing I love you, like it was the easiest thing you'd ever say. It turns out love wasn't made from grand goodbyes. It was built from days like those. Now I catch myself saving funny stories for someone I can't call anymore. I still look up when the sunset fills the whole sky, because you always said I'd regret missing it. You were right. I wish I they'd listened a little more. The world keeps moving, the little moments keep finding me before I expect them. I miss the way you remembered how I took my coffee. I miss your jacket hanging over my chair. I miss laughing before I knew those ordinary evenings would become the best part of loving you. If I could keep one single memory, it wouldn't be our biggest adventure. It would be one slow Sunday, music in the kitchen, your hand finding mine for no reason at all. Now I know love is measured in all the little things we never think to remember, until they're gone. A smile across the table, a late night phone call, a hand on my shoulder, 3 simple words before falling asleep. I thought they were ordinary. Now I know they were everything. I never knew love could be so ordinary. That's why I miss it every day. You still don't call. I check my phone without thinking. Same time every morning, like something might have changed while I was asleep, but it never does. It never does. Just your name, not moving anywhere. And I tell myself it's fine, like it means nothing. But my hand still stops there every time. You still don't call, and I still notice it in the middle of everything, when nothing is wrong. It's just the way your silence got used to staying, and I don't know how to unhear it. I walk past that place again, the one we used to go. Nothing changed outside, but it felt different anyway, like the air remembered us, but stopped trying to. I almost turned back just for a second, but I didn't. You still don't call, and I still let it matter more than I should, less than I used to. And somehow that in between is where I stay. If you called right now, I don't know what I'd say. Maybe nothing, maybe everything at once, or maybe I just listen like I always used to. You still don't call, but I still leave space for it, like it might happen, like it used to. And I hate how no kept the chat open. It wasn't because I expected anything, just didn't close it. Like if I left it there long enough, it might turn into something else. Your last message, still sitting at the bottom. Same timestamp, same silence. I told myself I'd close it later, but later kept changing its shape. I kept the chat open, not waiting, just forgetting to let it go. And every time I saw it, it felt like you were still one message away from being here again. The day moved forward, I didn't. Notifications came and went, but that one screen stayed the same, like nothing else mattered. Some endings don't happen when you leave, they happen when you stop replying. I kept the chat open, even when I knew nothing new would come. It wasn't hope anymore, just habit, pretending to be something softer. If I closed it, would it feel like losing you twice? Or just finally admitting you already left a long time ago? I kept the chat open until it didn't feel like a conversation anymore. Just a place where something used to happen between us. I finally closed it, but I still remember it open. I saw your name next to hers. It was just a picture somebody else posted. You look different, not happier, just comfortable. She had your jacket on, the one you used to say was too big for anybody else. I guess you were wrong. I closed my phone, I really tried to let it be, but all night long one thought wouldn't leave me. Does she know about the old bookstore, the one we'd hide in when it rained? Does she know you always hum before your favorite part of every song? I hope you made new memories. I just hope you didn't give her all of mine. Remember that motel outside the city, the broken vending machine, the awful coffee. We laughed so hard we missed checkout. I thought nobody else would ever know that version of you. Now I wonder if she does. Maybe that's how love works. Maybe people don't change. Maybe I'm just finding out too late. Does she know about the old bookstore, the one we'd hide in when it rained? Does she know you always hum before your favorite part of every song? I hope you made new memories. I just hope you didn't give her all of mine. just wish the things we built had stayed a little ours. Maybe she'll never notice the little things I still remember. Maybe to her they're just habits, but to me they were promises. And if you tell her you've never felt like this before, I hope you stop for just a second and remember you once said that to me. I saw your name next to hers. I wish it didn't feel so familiar. I still think of you. It happens in small moments, like when the room gets too quiet, or when my hand reaches for something I don't need anymore. I don't stop it, I just notice it a little too late. And I never say it out loud, but you're still part of how I move through things. I still think of you, not in a loud way, just in the way silence keeps your shape when everything else moves on and I don't fight it anymore. I just let it pass through. I tried to keep busy, tried to fill the hours, but even simple things feel slightly wrong without you in them, like they lost their second meaning. I'm the only one who noticed some thoughts don't ask for permission, they just return. Still think of you, and I don't know when it stopped being new. It just became something that happens without me deciding, like breathing, like remembering. If I stopped thinking of you, would it mean I'm free? Or just that I stopped feeling anything at all? I still think of you, but not like before. Now it's softer, quieter in shape, like something that stays without asking to be kept. I still think of you. I left the light on, I didn't mean to. It just stayed that way. After you stopped coming home, I told myself it was nothing, just a habit, just forgetfulness. But nights kept passing without me touching it. Some things stay on long after they're needed. Long after they're needed. I left the light on, not because I was waiting, just because turning it off felt like closing a chapter I wasn't ready to read yet. And every night it stays the same, like a small proof that something used to happen here. I tried once, reached for the switch, stopped halfway, just stood there like the room I noticed. If I changed it too fast, then I walked away. Some endings don't ask for permission, they just stay in place. Don't ask for permission. I left the light on, and I stopped calling it temporary. It doesn't feel like waiting anymore. It feels like memory that learned how to stay visible, even when no one is there to see it. If I turn it off tonight, would it feel like healing, or just like I finally accepted you're not coming back into it? I left the light on, and maybe I will again tomorrow. Not because I believe in anything, but because some things don't turn off just because people leave. I left the light on. The kitchen light is still on. I woke up earlier than usual, just habit, I guess. The coffee machine made too much noise again. For a second, I turned to say something, then remembered there's no one on the other side anymore. So I just stood there, holding my cup, like it meant less without you noticing. It's strange how silence still feels like company. There's still your side of the room, still your mug on the shelf I never moved, still your name in the way I set the table without thinking. Nothing here is broken, it just doesn't belong to both of us anymore. I cleaned the counter twice, put the chairs back in the wrong places, not on purpose, just because I forgot for a moment how we used to leave them. The house house feels normal, just not ours. I keep expecting the sound of you somewhere behind me. There's still your side of the room, and I still don't sit there. Not because I'm strong, because it still feels like you might come back and take it again. If I moved everything, would that mean I've let go? Or just admit it, you were here more than I can undo. There's still your side of the room, but the light doesn't feel like it's waiting anymore. It just stays on because I forgot to turn it off. And maybe that's how it ends, not with goodbye, but with learning how to live around the space you left. The kitchen light is still on, I'll turn it off later. The light is still on, I left it on again last night. Didn't even think about it, just walked away from the room like I'd be right back. But morning came in slow, and nothing moved. Same light, same air, same space you used to stand in. And I almost turned it off, but I didn't. I just stood there for a second too long. The light is still on, and I don't know when I stopped turning it off. It used to mean you were here, now it just means I remember, and I keep it like that. Like if I change it, something in me disappears too. I made coffee for one again, same way you used to like it. Too much milk, not enough sleep. I caught myself looking toward the hallway, like you might walk in late, like it was still normal. But nothing answers back, not anymore. The light is still on, and it doesn't feel like waiting now. It feels like something I forgot to fix, but never learned how to start. And every night it stays the same, like a habit I can't explain away. If I turned it off tonight, would it change anything, or would it just prove you're really not coming back? The light is still on, but it's not about you anymore. It's about me not knowing how to end things clean. So I leave it there, and I learn to live inside it. The light is still on, the light is still on. I used to think home was a place we could drive for hours without knowing where we were going. One wrong turn usually became the best part of the day. You'd roll the windows down, sing every lyric completely off key, and laugh before I had the chance to. Looking back, I don't remember every road we took. I remember how easy it felt to be beside you. Every mile looked a little brighter, not because of where we were, because you were there. You may borrow places, feel like they belong to us. A cheap motel, a roadside diner, the backseat on a long drive, none of them were home. You were. Every time I reached for your hand, I knew I'd already arrived. Now I keep moving, changing cities, finding new cafes, learning new streets. People tell me I'll love somewhere else, maybe they're right. But every place still feels unfinished, like it's waiting for someone who isn't coming. I never missed the map, I missed the person I wanted to get lost with. You made ordinary moments feel worth remembering. Morning coffee, late night drives, holding my hand at every red light. I thought those were little things. Now I know they were the whole story. If someone asked me where home is now, I'd probably smile, because I still don't know how to answer without saying your name. Maybe home was never a street or a set of four walls. Maybe it was every quiet drive, every shared laugh, every ordinary day that felt a little lighter because you were standing next to me. If I ever find that feeling again, I don't think I'll be looking for a place. I'll be looking for someone who makes the world feel small enough to call home. I used to think home was a place. Now I know it was you. I almost called you. Your name was already tight. My thumb was already there. It wasn't a big reason, just a small moment that felt too familiar to ignore. I sat there watching the screen like it might decide for me. Then I locked it, put the phone face down, like that could change anything. Some decisions are just silence, wearing different shades I didn't call. call, that's the truth. But I thought about you the whole time after, wondering if you'd answer, wondering if you'd say my name like it still belonged to you. The night kept moving, cars outside, someone laughing down the stairs. Everything normal, except inside me something stayed, half a step away from reaching out. It's strange how not doing something can still feel like a choice you made. I didn't call, but I replayed it anyway. What I would say, how you would sound, how fast everything could fall back into the shape it used to have. Maybe I was scared, or maybe I already knew you wouldn't answer the way I hoped. I didn't call and life kept going, but somewhere in that silence I stayed behind for a little longer than I should have. Your name was already typed, I deleted it, but I didn't forget it. I took the train today. There was one seat left across from somebody reading a book. You always picked that side, said the light was better there. I smiled without thinking, then caught myself looking for you before I even sat down. It's strange how a habit survives long after two people don't. The ride wasn't long, some memories are. I still save a place for you without meaning to, in every plan, every story, every little piece of my day. I keep turning around like you'll be there smiling, because I forgot you already left. A little girl fell asleep on her dad's shoulder. He fixed her jacket before the train stopped. I don't know why that made me think of us. Maybe love always looks simple from the outside. I thought missing someone would get smaller. It just learned new places to hide. I still save a place for you at every table where I'm eating alone. Some habits don't ask permission, they stay until one ordinary day they finally let go. If we met again, I'd probably ask how you've been. Never tell you how often I still think of this train. I still save a place for you, not because I'm waiting, because loving you changed the shape of ordinary days. Maybe one morning I'll stop looking at the seat across from mine, but today still feels like you're running a little late. I took the train today. It brought me everywhere except back to you. There's a box under my bed I should have thrown away years ago. Movie tickets, birthday cards, a photograph of your old car. Nothing important, nothing I need, just little pieces you forgot to take with you. I tell myself they're only objects, but I still know where every one of them is. And I don't open that box most nights, but sometimes I can't help myself. I thought time would help. I thought time would know how to carry your memory somewhere I couldn't go. But some things don't leave, some things don't fade, some things stay with you long after they've changed. I heard your favorite song at the grocery store, and suddenly I wasn't there anymore. I was 21 in your passenger seat, laughing at nothing, driving through empty streets. Funny how a moment can survive for years while whole seasons disappear. And I don't talk about you like I used to, but that doesn't mean I don't still miss you. I thought time would help. I thought time would know how to carry your memories somewhere I couldn't go. But some things don't leave, some things don't fade, some things stay with you long after they've changed. Maybe healing isn't forgetting, maybe healing is remembering without breaking apart every single time. I thought time would help. I thought time would know how to carry your memories somewhere I couldn't go. But some things don't leave, some things don't fade, some things stay with you long after they've changed. And maybe that's okay, maybe that's love, learning how to hold on without holding it up. There's a box under my bed I still haven't opened in a while. Stay a little longer. You never talked about what hurt. You'd smile, change the subject, tell me you'd be fine. I never believed you, I just stayed until you did. You don't have to carry every storm alone. I'm not leaving. When you're ready, take my hand. You don't have to find the light alone. If your heart gets tired, I'll be enough until you can't believe big nights, just long drives, cold coffee, and another reason to keep talking. Those little moments became my favorite place. Love was never about saving someone. It was staying when they needed you most. Oh, when you're ready, take my hand. You don't have to be fearless tonight. We'll find tomorrow, one step, one breath at a time. If hope feels far away, lean on me. That's enough. When you're ready, take my hand. No promises, no perfect ending. Just you and me, choosing each other, one ordinary day at a time. Stay a little longer. There's still a plate on the table. I keep telling myself I'll wash it later, but later keeps turning into another day where nothing moves. It's not even dirty anymore. It just feels wrong to touch it, like it still belongs to a moment I didn't finish living. I walk past it slowly, like it might remind me of something I forgot to accept. There's still a plate on the table, and I don't know when I stopped noticing it. It used to mean dinner, used to mean us, used to mean you coming back after a long day. Now it just sits there, like it's waiting for a version of us that doesn't exist anymore. And I don't move it, because moving it feels like losing the last thing that still remembers. I eat standing up now, not because I want to, just because sitting there feels like pretending you might sit across from me again. Sometimes I set the table anyway, just out of habit, then I stop halfway, like my hands remember what my mind tries to forget. Some routines don't break, they just lose the person they were made for. There's still a plate on the table, and I leave it like it matters. Not because I'm waiting for you, but because it's the only thing that still feels like a shared moment. Even if it isn't, even if it never will be again. If I put it away, would the room feel lighter? Or would it just feel like you were never part of it at all? There's still a plate on the table, and I think I understand it now. It's not about food or habit or forgetting to clean up. It's about the way some things stay behind long after people leave, and how I'm still learning how to live around that. Still a plate on the table. There's still a plate on the table. There's still a plate on the table.